Hello, everybody, and happy Saturday. We are so excited to be here today sharing with you. We are here every single Saturday, unless we're at convention, which maybe then I don't even know. But we are so excited to be here and sharing with you this amazing opportunity. And whether you are looking to make an extra few $100s a month or whether you are looking to take this thing to the very, very top, what's beautiful is that the steps are the same. And I don't know about you, but I have got a lot going on in my life. And so when things are simple, it is easy for me to stick to them. So we are going to give you the tangibles, the simples, and the simples, anyways. But really, the simples, right? I like it. The thing with success in any single area is that repetition is the mother of all skills. So really, when it comes to, if you want to be an Olympic swimmer, you're going to swim a lot of laps. If you want to be a really good runner, you're going to run a lot of distance. So like, that is the same when it comes to this. It is the same steps, rinse and repeat. You're saying the same thing over and over again to different people. And so I'm sorry if you've heard my story a lot of times, but I'm going to share it really quick for those who are brand new and watching. My name is Gloria McLean, and I have been with Young Living now, oh my gosh, almost 7 years, which is crazy, although I don't like to count the COVID years. But almost 7 years, and it has been so much fun. And if you're anything like me, I was very stubborn, very skeptic. I had my walls up big time. I had tried network marketing before, which like I talked to one person and they said no, and I thought I couldn't do it. And so I ran away from it thinking network marketing doesn't work. It was just me that wasn't working. Anyway. And so I had my walls up big time, and I had a health scare happen to me, which made me say yes to the products. And I still didn't believe the products were going to work. But then I got those products home and I started to sleep better. I started to digest better. I started having all these little wins, enough that I decided I was going to go to one of those classes. If your friends have been inviting you to those classes to learn more, go. And it was there that I fell in love with the community. But I still was like, I'm never going to do this as a business. Like, I'm not interested. I'm busy. I've got a full-time job. I love my job. I used to say I didn't love it. I just said that it was a protector. And then the day came where I could not get the day off for my daughter's first day of school. And it was a moment that I'm so glad happened to me. It was a very low moment because I felt like I had done everything for this company that I worked for, went in on my days off, covered other people's shifts, did everything. And when the day came where I needed something that was important to me, it didn't matter to them. And so I just knew that like I was pouring everything I had into a job where I didn't really mean anything to them, really, at the end of the day. And so I asked my girlfriend who started me on this journey if she actually made money at this thing. And she showed me her paycheck, which was about $3,000 at the time as a silver leader. And I thought, if I could do that, if I could make that much money and not work at my job anymore, that would be it. That would be winning the lottery of life. I would never need more than that. I said at the time, we went bigger than that. But I said at the time, that would be amazing. And I believed if she could do it, I could do it. And so I decided at that point that if you don't change anything, nothing changes. And I just went for it. And we grew to a platinum team in about 2 years. And if you're brand new here, you're like, I don't even know what that means. But we will share the income disclosure into the event. And it's because of the steps that we're going to share with you today. And let me just say, that it is the best decision I have ever made. And so when I say I'm excited to share it with you, I mean that from the bottom of my heart because this opportunity changes lives. So I'm going to pass it over to Tamara, who's a gold leader on our team. She's going to share a little bit about her story and then we'll get into it.
Good morning, everybody. So with me, I was also skeptical. In fact, it took Gloria about a year and a half of inviting me to have a look. And sometimes it was even me approaching her, like asking questions. And then she would answer me and I would kind of, go into like witness protection and was like, I it's still like I don't know enough about it. I didn't know anything about essential oils. I had walls around it being a network marketing company. But We were looking for solutions in our house. We were looking for cleaning products that didn't have those ingredients I was hearing about on the news. I was looking for supplements that had some kind of background to them that could show that they were kind of superior to the things that we were buying in other places. And of course, I was looking for more natural solutions to the things we were using all the time, for things like headaches, coughs and colds, like just those normal bugs, like you name it, summer solutions, cough and cold season. We were just looking for something different. And so finally, after about 18 months, I said to Gloria, okay, well, I'll try your oils, and like, here's my money. And I was really looking for them. At that point, I only thought I could replace my air fresheners. I had no idea about all the other stuff. I was looking for that other stuff, body washes and stuff. I was like DIYing it, and they all had essential oils. And I was like, oh, that's for the smell. It's not. So, but yeah, so that was me. Gloria was, I like to say, she was lovingly persistent, because she continued to ask me, are you interested? And I never said, get away from me, like, stop asking. I'm sure if I had of, she would have, left me. But I didn't. There was that little spark in there somewhere. And so instead of giving up, because I said no a lot, Gloria just kept on kind of dripping that love and information onto me. And so when I was ready, and we were the same. We hit gold in about 2 years, not quite platinum team in 2 years, but we did build a gold team in 9 different countries, which was a result of sharing with people who shared with people who shared with people who shared with people, right? Which is really one of the biggest things that we're going to talk about today, is that how do you share it? Because I was in a position where I did love my job. Like, I was really valued, still am, at the job I've been at for 15 years. So I wasn't necessarily looking for a way out of a job that I didn't like. But I'll tell you what, the income that Carla Green talks about digging your well before you're thirsty, and the income that we created in the years pre-COVID carried us through what could have been a really, really terrible time for our family if we hadn't had that other stream of income coming into our house. My husband was unemployed for 14 months, and he was the main breadwinner in the house until I started with Young Living. So just to kind of, to frame the possibility of this opportunity for anyone, because I was like, I'm never going to do the business. And we're going to talk about that as well, because we hear that a lot, like, I'm never going to do the business. And you don't have to do the business to share with the people that you love. So.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And there's so many nuggets in people's stories. I just love hearing people's stories. So I hope you took away from that a few little nuggets. We're going to get into the nitty gritty. So we're going to keep the main thing. We're going to start with the main thing. And that is, our compensation plan is like unmatched, you guys. It's amazing. And so when you share a bundle with somebody, so the Thieves bundle, the Ninja bundle, any of the bundles, really, oils bundle, kids bundle, you are going to get a thank you check for $97 Canadian, $75 US. I mean, that's a big deal, just to share something that you love that's going to help somebody else. It's going to make an impact in somebody else's home. And if you're on this call, I'm sure you already are freaking obsessed with your Young Living products, and that's why you're here taking a look. So, like, when I looked at that bundle of oils, I was like, I can't live without any of these oils now forever. Like, these oils I will always order. And so for me, it was like, oh, I get how this could be a business, because I am obsessed, really. And I will be ordering every single month for the rest of my life. So I could understand how other people would also feel that way. And right, the thing is we share things that we love with people that we love all the time. And so when you have a favorite pair of jeans, you tell your friend about them. When you eat at that amazing restaurant, you tell your friend about them. When you go to a movie that you love, you tell your friend, but you do it without an attachment, right? You do it from a place of like, if you go amazing. And if you don't, that's okay too. And so that's how we share. Like that really is the main thing here is you're just sharing something you love. You're listening to the needs of others. You're offering a solution. And if they say no, it's okay. Like it means nothing about you. So really that is like the main thing. So it's sharing that bundle with people and you get that $97 thank you check, 75 US. And I just wanted to add a little thing before I pass this over. And that is if you want to earn a little, just share your link. Okay. Share that link, share that bundle. If you want to earn a lot, build a team. Teach them how to share and then teach them how to share and then teach them how to share. And that, see, it's the same steps. That's really how simple this is. Like, I think that people want to complicate it, but that's it. I'm going to pass it over to Tamara now. Here we go.
So I'm just going to dig a little bit further into that system. And so we like to say, reach to, teach to. So everybody in their life has credibility enough or somebody who wants to support them enough that they will jump in. Two people in your life. There are two people, and those two people have two people. If you help two people get started and you help them fall in love with the products, so that means you're going to take care of the people that you enroll because they trusted you enough to buy this bundle that they may not know. Like I literally had no idea. I had never diffused an essential oil. I had like a 15-year-old 80 milliliter bottle of tea tree that I bought at Superstore somewhere that never performed like I expected. And that was my only experience with essential oils until I got my bundle. And so it took being plugged into our communities and seeing all these amazing testimonials that people were having, because that's another amazing thing about this is that it's not like you enroll somebody and just kind of leave them hanging. You introduce them to the resources that we have. You find out like why did they buy the bundle? What was in it for them? Right? What was it? Did they just buy it to support you? Well, they probably have two friends that would also support them. But if they bought it because they were looking for better sleep for their kids, or they have chronic sinus issues and so they're looking for respiratory support or whatever, if it was a specific thing, make sure that you like zone in on that and really figure out what are the best solutions for that person, serve that person, and that person is going to become a raving fan. So those are kind of the steps, right? Like you grab a bundle, you fall in love, you become a raving fan, you tell other people. And that is it doesn't matter if you're in network marketing, affiliate selling, social selling, it doesn't matter. If I had gotten paid by Instant Pot, I'd be rich by now because literally every single person I know bought one because I was like, you need it. This is going to change the way you cook. This is going to change those nights when you get home and you're like, oh crap, I forgot to thaw chicken out. You could take it out of the freezer. You can do the thing. And people were like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. Well, I'm the same kind of advocate for Young Living. And so people jump in because they're like, oh my gosh, it sounds like this is the best thing ever. And so raving fans, right? Those are the people that are going to share. But if you share with two people and you show those and you help them fall in love and you show them how to share with two people and show them how to assist those two people, the geometric progression of network marketing, we often talk about like, here's Gloria, and then she's got these little legs and everything, and it starts to look a little bit like this, right? I have actually like taken a board and drawn that out and then laid it down, and it looks like a whole bunch of people holding hands because that's your network. So instead of thinking of like this person's making the money and think about laying that down and the ever expanding network of people that you're serving and that you're showing other people how to serve their people. The progression of that, you guys, is a massive organization. If you're consistently growing and helping other people grow, helping them build teams, helping other people get paid. So it starts with two. Reach two people, find your two people, help them fall in love, help them find their two people, and show them how to do that exact same thing over and over and over.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I just love that simplicity. And for me, as someone, when you get to like the higher places, sometimes you feel like you hit these limiting beliefs of like, oh my gosh, who else is there to talk to? And so then it gets too big. And when we think something's too big, we fall into inaction because it seems not attainable. But when I started to like really get back to just two, I have consistently gotten 2 a month since I have shrunk it down, and I am helping them help there too. And that is doable. And when it's doable, we take the action. So I love that so much. And what I love about this company also is that I get paid that much money when I sign someone up, and so does a brand new person. We make the exact same amount of commission on that. And I think that is so cool because there is that myth that like, like that it's not fair for the new people coming in. It's beautiful. I love it. And Young Living really compensates those people that are at the start of their journey. So I think that's awesome. So maybe now you're like, how do I share? Okay, I get that I have to share, but like, how do I do that? And so I'm not going to tell you there's only one way to do that. I feel like definitely COVID helped a lot of things move online where we were very belly to belly before. Now there are a lot of people doing the online thing. I think both are beautiful. And I think that there's room for all of it. And so what I love carrying with me the oils that are in the starter bundle. I love having them on me. And then when I'm with a mom at school and she's complaining about the heat, I like give her some peppermint and some this to try. Or if I'm golfing with my girlfriends and someone's like, oh my gosh, I had a little too much wine yesterday and my stomach hurts. I'm like, here's some Digest, here's some peppermint for the heat. Like I always am giving samples to the people in my circle, and I'm always working on networking because that's what this job is. It's networking. So I'll go to that dance class. I'll go to like the golf game. I'll go to like the birthday party and meet the moms. Like I'm the one that's out there that way. Some people are more comfortable online and they want to go on their stories and they want to talk about the products that they love. We also love doing classes. So I know a lot of people who love to do one-on-one, but if you can get 5 people in your living room and you get them all smelling those oils, now you're talking to 5 people in an hour versus 1 person in an hour. So now you've just like 5 extra work, right? And now you're doing the work of 5 hours in 1 hour. And I remember Adam telling me if you did 2 meetings a week, like 2 classes a week, one for you and then one for a new sign up, and now you're doing that many, you've just taken like 4 months worth of work and you put it into 1 month. And I was like, oh, I'm getting it. I am getting it. So really, like this is now like touching into a little more of like a growing a larger scale business, but the more meetings equal more momentum, equal more growth, and momentum loves speed, right? Speed is what gets the airplane off the ground. And so, yeah, there are lots of ways to do it. I personally dabble in all the ways. You'll see me on social media. You'll see me talking to the moms. You'll see me doing all of it because I love these products. I love this opportunity. And so I can't shut up about it. It just becomes a natural way of life. All right, passing it back over to Tamara.
Yes, I love all of that. And it's true. Like in this business especially, the magic is in the first of all the follow up, making sure that those people that have joined your team are because I think that sometimes there's a disconnect. Like people are like, oh, I'm not building the business, so I'm going to enroll my 2 people and then that's it, right? And so because I'm not building a business, well, we need to make sure that those 2 people are also being served. So reaching out, chatting with the people who are enrolling new members, making sure that they have the tools. And if they don't, sometimes as a leader or somebody who is looking to build a little bit of a business, it would be your job to follow up with those people, right? Because you never know if your friend's sister's cousin is going to be the one who blows up this massive, because she sees the vision of the possibility of this business, right? And so making sure that especially early in this business and with your personal enrollments, following up with those people. And then essential rewards. So I have like, I don't know, I think I get 2% maybe back on my Visa or something like that. I have to pay to shop at Costco. So my air miles, like if I save up my air miles for like 2.5 years, I can probably get a tank of gas. So the loyalty rewards, they exist in a number of different companies. But Young Living's essential rewards program, or loyalty reward program, as it's called in some of the other markets, because we are a multinational company. So we have like different markets all over the place. And sometimes things are called different things, but loyalty rewards, it's basically the best loyalty program you'll ever be a part of, because, there are even things like Superstore, like you can do that one-time grocery shop for like $200 or whatever, and you get a $20 gift card. So you get like 10% back, but that's a one-time thing. Right. And so for us, if you are on the rewards program, pretty much every purchase that you make, you are getting points back. And not only is that amazing for your own purchasing, like that's going to save you some money, but someone being on essential rewards and getting into the lifestyle, and maybe they start with oils and then then they're like, well, that, like, I really like those, maybe I'll look at this thieves line, or I don't feel my best, maybe I'd like to look at your supplements line, or I have a baby, and so maybe the baby line or the pet line or whatever it is. And that's where that whole following up and making sure that you're serving the person who has been enrolled and finding out what's their next solution. Having those people on there, generally by the time people have purchased a few months in a row, they're in. Like, they are like, this is amazing. And that is where the residual income comes from. So I have members that I enrolled. My sister, who's on this call, Tracy, is one of those members. And I started to build the business in January of 18. She enrolled in February of 18 and has purchased every month since then. I don't even know how long that is, but over 5 years, right? Every month. And so I still get paid on that initial, like, let me help you fall in love with these products. And she's still buying along with, a number of other people in the organization. And so that little bit of work in the beginning, that helping people fall in love and become raving fans and showing them how to make a little bit of money, is what builds the team, what builds the network, and what brings the residual income, right? Like, I don't have to call my members who have been here for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I don't have to call them every month and be like, hey girl, what are you going to order this month? I might call them and tell them about like a great promo that's coming, or, something like that. But it's not the same level of work. And it's not really work. It's always fun to call and have a chat with people and talk about things you love and they love, right? That's great fun. But that is being on that loyalty program and really getting people engaged in the lifestyle, is where the residual part of the income comes from. So it's great you make that $200 in the first month, but if you show those people how to be engaged in the lifestyle and how to make an income, they are going to continue to buy and share. And as a result of that, you are going to continue to get paid, and there's other parts of like, we have a full compensation plan training available to you in your virtual office, as well as, Young Living YouTube. And there's a number of places where you can get lots of information on our compensation plan and all of the little, because there's other ways to get paid. But though essential rewards or loyalty rewards, our rewards program, not only does it pay you for buying the products that you love, but getting other people or helping other people to use that program is what's going to continue to pay you ever after, right? So that's a really important thing. So starter bundle on Essential Rewards, always on Essential Rewards. It's free to start. It's free to stop. There's no risk to it. You can cancel it anytime. It's really easy now. You don't even have to call customer service anymore. It's literally a button in your VO. So, it used to be that you had to call in and people were like, that's a pain in the butt. Not a thing anymore. So, yeah, that's where your residual income comes from.
Oh my gosh, yes, I love it. Essential Rewards or loyalty rewards is like, it really is the best. Like, I can't imagine living without it. And so whenever I'm talking to someone, I'm like, you just have to start on it. And like, again, with the follow up, I feel like we keep talking about it, but that's because that's how important it is. It's everything. Fortune's in the follow up. I don't know if you've ever heard that saying. And a lot of times people will tell me, I don't want to seem salesy, so I don't want to follow up. And I just wanted to add that, like, they have invested $199 with you. You are not being weird if you follow up when somebody invests in you and invests in these products. You are being a really good customer care representative. You're taking care of your people. So don't feel weird about it. I will get on a Zoom with people who sign up with me, and I will share a screen. I will show them exactly how to order, how to change their next month, where they need to go if they want to cancel. Like, they know everything. And so there's no confusion. And because they feel so loved on, guess what? They're here every month ordering. So residual income, and it's the best bang for their buck. And it's, yeah, I wouldn't ever be without it. So it's easy to share when you love it. I wanted to also talk about, oh my gosh, I'm blanking now. Oh, trading expectation for appreciation. So when it comes to this, like, if you're here and you just want to make $200, you can share with two of your friends. And then if you want to make another little bit next month, then you're going to help those people share with their friends. But something that I just wanted to share is that we really do in this business need to trade expectation for appreciation, because I think that there sometimes comes a level of people expecting friends or family to support them, or like expecting, right, people to like do certain things. And then they end up in this energy of like, it's not the place that you want to be. So I just wanted to tell you guys that nobody in my warm market signed up with me when I first got started. Not a one. So if you come into that issue and you're like, now it's not going to work for me, I'm a shining example that everybody you know can say no to you. And you just have to stay in this appreciation energy, because one day at work, a girl got a stomach ache. And like I said before, I carry my starter oils with me. And so I had Digest and it worked. And she wanted to come to a class. So, you know what I mean? Like, just don't let expectations close the doors on opportunity. Stay in an open mindset, because you just never know who is looking. And if you are listening, people complain all the time. I love people, but let me tell you, they are complaining that they don't have money. They are complaining how expensive it is in the world. They are complaining their knee hurts, their back hurts, that they're not sleeping, and you have a solution for them. And so if you are staying open to that and you're staying in this appreciation energy for this opportunity and you're listening, you're going to be amazed that it's not about your warm market. I love my warm market now has said yes, because they saw that I stayed consistent with this and that I was never rude to them or expecting them. And I was just kind and I was just ready when they were ready. And so guess what? When they were ready, they came, because I was lovingly persistent, right? Like, I was very patient and not pushy. And so I just wanted to share that, because I think that's really important, is that it's not just your friends and family that are going to be the reason that you earn an income. It's amazing if they see the benefit and they want it and they want the help and they say, yes, that's beautiful. But it comes in many, many different ways. And we have something that can help literally from newborn to the deathbed. Like, we have products for everybody that really can help them on this journey of life. And so if you're listening and you're just in that appreciation energy and you're like really caring about helping somebody, it doesn't just necessarily have to be your warm market. I always love to give this example. I'll give it super quick. But if you opened a restaurant, Would you rely on your income only from your friends and your family? Or would you take care of your customers? Would you hope your customers told their friends, right? So, like, that is just something I wanted to share because old Gloria in her old network marketing company told her just her friends. And when they said no, she thought it was never going to work. So, that was a lie. That was a limiting belief. And so, I just wanted to share that with you. And yeah, what else are we missing here, Tamara? Anything? Did we nail it?
I think just that that mindset around serving other people. And you talked about people complain all the time. And I saw a sign on a in a cross lines post that said, "Who hurts if I don't help?" And so when we stay quiet, when we, because everybody here has something incredibly valuable to share. Your story, the products that you're sharing, an income opportunity that can, I mean, it saved our home during a crazy time. And so when you think about how many people out there are searching for something, a community of like-minded people, some extra money in their house, or something to help with their mental or emotional or physical health, you all have something super valuable that checks all of those boxes. And so just consider that by staying smaller, by staying quiet, you are less likely to be able to help that person who's hurting. And so don't stay quiet, share with everybody. Some people are going to be like, yay. And some people are going to be like, no, not right now. But no is not always forever. And so keep loving on people, love people where they're at, and look for the people who are hurting, the people who are looking for something, because we all have those people. It's just a matter of finding out how you can serve them.
Oh my gosh, I love that saying so much. Who hurts if I don't help? That's so beautiful. And I know like you have that story and I have my story. And like you said, everybody has a story. And that just reminded me just to share because I came from a very crazy health story where I lived with this chronic pain. And so when people hear my story, they think, wow, like it's easy for you to share because you have this really big story. But I'm like, if you got a really good night's sleep after not sleeping for 6 months, that's a big story. Or if you got a $300 paycheck and you were able to buy groceries for the first time and not eat at your mom and dad's, which is a true story from somebody on this team, that's a really big story. And there is no story too small. And you only need to be one step ahead of somebody to help them along. I think people think they need to be so far ahead to be able to serve, and you don't. You don't. And so stand in your story, be proud of your story. There's no story too small. And we thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us. We appreciate your time. Time is our only limited commodity. So we very much value your presence here. And if you got some inspiring info today and you want to share, I will have the link up very soon, the YouTube link, so that you can share with your friends this amazing opportunity. Thank you, Tamara, for joining me today and speaking with me. I love your heart. And have a beautiful Saturday, everybody. And we'll see you next week. Yeah? Okay.